Today, we're going to look at the answer of how much do I need to save in order to retire with $100,000 of income per year. By the end of this video, you'll have a good idea on the answer to that question, and then you'll be able to figure out what you'll need to save each year to get to that number, depending on your age now. But first, welcome back to the channel, or if I haven't met you yet, I'm Dave Zoller, and I run Streamline Financial with a team of 6 people, and we help our clients plan for and implement their ideal retirement. So if you'd like some free resources regarding retirement, around retirement, please check the links in the description below. Now on to the first question that we have to answer if we're going to figure out how much we need to save in order to get to 100K of income per year. And that question is, do I need the 100K per year now, or do I need it at a later date, a retirement date? So let's use a retirement age of age 62 and then start with someone who is 62 right now. And then we'll look at some other ages to see how this goal actually changes depending on your age. So someone who's 62, they obviously need 100K this year, but someone who's 57 and they want to retire 5 years from now, they'll actually need 116K in income each year, not 100K. This is because if you were to say today you'd like 100K per year, well, over the next 5 years, that $100,000 is really only going to feel like $86,000 of actual spending money. This is because almost everything that we buy and everything that we're going to buy over the next 5 years is going to go up in price due to inflation. Now, those numbers were based on 3% inflation per year. It could be a lot more. It could be less over the next 5 years too. So we'll keep it at 3% right now, but in order to feel like 100K in today's dollars, 5 years from now, we'd have to get 116K pulling out of our investments. Now, if you're 52 and you want to retire 10 years from now at age 62, that 100K should really be 134K per year. So that's the first question to solve for is how many years out is retirement? If it's 5 years, take that retirement income number, say it's 100K, and then just multiply it by 1.03 5 times. And then that gets you that grossed up inflation adjusted number for how much you need each year. Now on to the second question that we have to answer is how much other income am I going to have in retirement? Things like your Social Security, maybe pensions, maybe annuities, if you've got any sort of guaranteed income annuities out there. Let's say it is just Social Security that you have and no pension or annuities or things like that. And it's estimated to be about $2,100 per month. So if we round that, then it's about 24K of expected income other than what you need to pull from your investments. So what we're looking at now is that 100K per year number for that 62-year-old who's retiring this year, minus 24,000 of Social Security, and then 76K is really what they need to pull from at age 62 from their investments. So now how much do we actually need? What's the nest egg that we need to be able to pull that 76K? But before I jump into the numbers, I just want to prepare you. These are assumptions. Don't make any decisions based on these numbers that we go over. I actually hesitated making this video because when I reveal the number, there's a good chance that you're either going to feel great, thinking that, oh, I've got way more than that, I'm going to be fine, or you're going to be under the number and then you're going to feel bad and it'll get you down. Or you'll think that I'll never be able to save that amount of money. So I encourage you just to try to play stoic in this situation. And whether you're above or below, you came here to get some info from this video, so try to leave with at least one thing that you might try to improve or one thing that you might try to hone in on something specific around your expenses or what you might need to live on. Really coming up with that number that you need per month could be a great just conclusion to this video. But either way, come up with some sort of action step for yourself. And then the last thing I'll say is these assumptions, they don't factor in many important parts of your plan. So if you found the right advisor or if you're a DIY retirement planner, then you should already be doing these things and that are adding additional returns to your investment returns and to your plan, which will increase the rate of your success. Much of it has to do with your income and withdrawal plan and taxes and how you're invested over these next 5 to 10 years. So some examples of those important things that many people are not doing are things like systematic rebalancing, low cost investing, just making sure that you're not overpaying for the actual investments in your accounts, or tax loss harvesting is really beneficial each year. Asset location and asset allocation. So all of those things could be used and they could really improve the impact of your plan, especially if you've got another 10, 20, 30 years to go. Those small tweaks, those small additions to just return each year could really have a big impact on your plans. So if we were to use the rule of thumb number, just the 4% rule, which I know has some flaws, but for the sake of this assumption, we'll use it, that 76K need for that 62-year-old divided by 0.04 is 1.9 million. So that's the amount they would need in a nest egg if you were to withdraw 4% per year, plus the 24K of Social Security income that you'd get. And those two things would add up to about 100K per year. based on that 4% number. And also, please remember, there's a lot missing when you use general assumptions like this. One thing I already mentioned is just that withdrawal planning and how much it can really impact your taxes. That's one of the key things we decide to focus on because of how big a difference it makes in how much tax you're going to pay over the next 10 to 30 years. I'm actually speaking with someone today, and I'm sharing how we could save them over $500K over their lifetime on taxes alone, just by tweaking a few small things when it comes to his withdrawal plan. Now, I don't want to forget about that 57-year-old who's saving for retirement 5 years from now. If you're using that 3% inflation number, that 100K in today's dollars really is like $112,000 5 years from now. So if they had 24K of Social Security, then they'd need to withdraw about 88K per year. And then looking at that 4% rule again, 88,000 divided by 0.04, that gets to about 2.2 million is the nest egg that they would want in this example. Now, here's my final reminder about these rule of thumb assumptions. This is not all there is to creating a retirement plan. It's not just using the 4% rule, and it's not just saying I've got a nest egg and a lump sum and what can I draw from it. There's a lot missing when it comes to using these simplistic models and assumptions here. Things like the withdrawal strategy, how to pay less in tax, what you should be doing each year to improve investment returns, and then how you can be prepared for unexpected events without being too much in cash, because we know how inflation can really impact your cash balance. So there's so many moving pieces and a lot of things to think about when it comes to retirement planning. And I'll continue to share how to make improvements to your plan so you can feel more confident with your money plan and with your retirement in future. And if you'd like those videos, be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss the next one. And then I'll see you in the next video. Take care.